Country music built its reputation on family values and true love, but behind the spotlights and sold-out shows, some of its biggest stars lived double lives that shocked America. Jerry Lee Lewis was only 22 when his world collapsed in 1958. At the peak of his fame, he landed in London expecting to conquer the United Kingdom with his music. When he introduced the young girl beside him as his wife, a reporter asked who she was. Her name was Myra Gale Brown, and she was only 13 years old, his first cousin once removed. Even worse, he was still married to his second wife, Jane Mitchum. The marriage to Myra wasn't just disturbing, it was illegal. Within 72 hours, the press exposed everything. Radio stations stopped playing his songs, his British tour was cancelled after 3 shows, and he went from earning $10,000 a night to playing bars for $250. In Britain, where the legal age to marry was 16, police questioned Myra and treated the case as child abuse. Jerry defended himself by saying such marriages weren't unusual in the American South, but few believed him. Though his marriage to Myra lasted 13 years, she later accused him of abuse and cheating, saying that though people called her the child, she had been the adult. The scandal ended his rock career, and though he later found success in country music, his reputation never recovered. Willie Nelson's troubles unfolded more slowly. In 1969, his wife Shirley Collie discovered a hospital bill for a baby girl named Paula Carleen, born to a woman listed as Mrs. Connie Nelson. Willie had been cheating on Shirley with Connie Kepke and had secretly fathered a child with her. Shirley, who had given up her own music career to raise his children, was devastated. When she confronted him, he tried to brush it off, but the paperwork told the truth. Even Willie's daughter from his first marriage learned about the affair the same way. Years later, another secret surfaced. He had a daughter named Renee, born in 1953 during his first marriage. Her mother was a close friend, and the secret stayed hidden for 59 years. Willie later admitted that he had a gift for complicating things, a quiet confession of lifelong betrayals. Garth Brooks's fame rose as his marriage fell apart. He married his college sweetheart Sandy Mal in 1986, but by 1989 he was disappearing for days at a time, often with other women. Sandy raised their 3 daughters while he toured the world, chasing attention and validation. He later admitted to being involved with 7 or 8 women at once, claiming women gave him different sides of what it meant to feel alive. When he met Trisha Yearwood, the woman he would later marry, his relationship with Sandy finally collapsed. Their divorce in 2001 cost him $125 million, one of the most expensive in country music history. Even after all that, Garth said that the woman he got back was 15 times the woman he had before, words that sounded more like pride than regret. George Jones and Tammy Wynette looked like a country music fairy tale, but their marriage was filled with violence and fear. Married in 1969, they became icons of love on stage while living a nightmare behind closed doors. George's drinking spiraled into rages. Once he chased Tammy through their mansion with a rifle, firing real bullets. Another time, in a jealous fury, he threw her down the aisle of their tour bus. She wore heavy makeup to hide bruises. They divorced in 1975 after years of terror, but George's addiction only worsened, turning from alcohol to cocaine. Tammy's later life was troubled too, and whispers about her death in 1998 hinted that her pain had never ended. Johnny Cash and June Carter appeared to be the perfect pair, but their love began as an affair. Johnny was married to Vivian Liberto and June to Rip Nix when they fell in love. June poured her forbidden emotions into Ring of Fire, which Johnny recorded in 1963 while still married. Vivian had to endure hearing her husband sing about his affair on the radio. The marriage collapsed under the weight of lies and addiction, and when Johnny proposed to June on stage in front of thousands in 1968, it turned their secret into a public love story built on heartbreak. Vivian rebuilt her life after public humiliation, while Johnny and June tried to turn scandal into redemption. Hank Williams's legacy carried its own secret. When he died on New Year's Day 1953, a daughter he never met was born 5 days later. Her mother, Bobby Jett, was 6 months pregnant when Hank married his second wife, and Hank had signed a document giving himself custody of the unborn child. After his death, his mother adopted the baby and renamed her, but when she died 2 years later, Hank's sister gave the child away, ignoring his wishes. Decades later, the grown daughter, now Jet Williams, discovered the truth and fought in court for 9 years to be recognized. In 1990, the Alabama Supreme Court ruled in her favor, acknowledging her as Hank's daughter and granting her rights to his royalties. Jason Aldean's scandal began with a single photograph. In 2012, he was caught kissing a 24-year-old cheerleader named Brittany Kerr at a bar while still married to Jessica Ussery, his high school sweetheart and business partner. Jessica had helped build his career, managing his finances and raising their family, but within months of the public exposure, Aldean filed for divorce. Though he blamed alcohol, the truth was clear. He was already dating Kerr. The betrayal destroyed the life of the woman who had stood beside him from the start. Trace Adkins's downfall came through social media. Married to Rhonda for 16 years, he exchanged public flirtations with actress Victoria Pratt on Twitter in 2013. When Victoria called him a handsome devil and he called her gorgeous, Rhonda saw the truth unfold online. Trace confessed that he had fallen in love with Victoria and admitted to cheating with nearly a dozen women during their marriage. The scandal drove him back to drinking after 12 years of sobriety. Rhonda filed for divorce in 2014, and years later he married Victoria. Shania Twain's heartbreak was quieter but no less devastating. After 15 years of marriage to producer Mutt Lange, she discovered in 2008 that he was having an affair with Marianne Thibault, Shania's best friend, assistant, and house manager. The betrayal shattered her. She wrote desperate emails begging Marianne to stop, saying she no longer wanted life or love. But in an unexpected twist, Shania found comfort in Frederick Thibault, Marianne's ex-husband. They bonded over shared pain and married in 2011. Shania speaks to her ex only about their son. The rest is silence. Sarah Evans's marriage to Craig Shelsk exploded in 2006 amid accusations of infidelity and scandal. Her lawyer claimed Craig possessed explicit photos and had affairs with multiple women, including their nanny. When those accusations proved false, lawsuits followed. Craig sued for defamation, the nanny sued for millions, and Sarah ended up paying hundreds of thousands to settle. In turn, Craig accused her of her own affairs with musicians and dancers, dragging their divorce through years of legal warfare and custody battles that scarred both sides. LeAnn Rimes' affair with actor Eddie Cibrian during the filming of Northern Lights in 2008 destroyed 2 marriages. She told her husband Dean Shearmut that tabloids might have photos of her kissing Eddie, and when the pictures surfaced,